Yeah, let me just make sure my computer will... Yep, okay.
Don't forget to have the patch notes open, folks, because there's a lot to discuss.
Oh yeah. Here.
Yep.
Let me do that real quick. Let me open the patch notes. We got a lot to go through, holy shit. We should just double this.
Full.
We should just double this as our FC meeting, because we have FC meetings on patch days all the time. Alright, I'm gonna skip to... What should we do? I'm not gonna discuss story.
MSQ, not important. I'd say Four Lords, not important. Return to Evilise,
Four Lords
Yeah.
mentioning just because there's not gonna be a trial this time. But that's about it.
Yeah. And Evilise, oh, we sometimes do that together, so...
However, I don't know why there's 5 quests for
We
it.
have people in here who don't really know about the Alliance, and it's been a whole patch cycle since we've had a 24-man raid run.
Yeah.
So read around a lighthouse is worth mentioning. I can't hear Thomas. What do you say?
I'm pulling up some of the patch notes right now so I can kind of blend in on occasions if I need to.
I guess the warning for anyone who has not finished MSQ, we probably will be talking potential spoilers.
I'm gonna go ahead and skip MSQ for now. Just
How's that be better?
We can discuss MSQ at the end because I'm pretty sure people want to stick around for the important bits.
True enough.
And it's probably the least important thing. What?
Nothing. I was just doing deep breathing exercises.
Oh. Okay.
They mentioned side story, but that's still complete question marks. Doman Enclave and new custom delivery.
For what?
Custom delivery speaks for itself.
Oh, the Doman Enclave reconstruction is an economics minigame. Like, you can't just drop off items at them, you have to, like, actually make stuff and sell stuff and buy stuff, or it won't work.
We don't even know what it's going to fulfill either.
You get gratuity for it.
Great. Fame farming again.
It's like a 4th beast tribe, but it's not, basically.
Other than that, the new custom deliveries, we already know what that is. It's just a second 60 plus.
Yeah.
Supa, do you mind posting an invite to the Discord in Trades General Chat?
I do mind, very much so. Hold on.
Lol.
Oh, wow.
Let me go
Okay.
over there.
We just said a la run across the table, you probably didn't even realize.
God, that's because someone didn't cook that potato enough.
Actually, you're not supposed to cook Alliance members.
Oh, come on. We have the ability to heal, res, and everything else. I mean, Zaina's machinist even carries around a flamethrower.
So right around a lighthouse. I wanted to bring this up for a while now, but do we want to loot master that? Because with greed only rules, I feel like it'll burn some people, inevitably.
Has anyone actually verified if the new one will be greed only as well?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
It says right in the notes, all Alliance raids are now greed only on the loot.
Yep.
Yeah, it sucks.
So I was thinking, is it possible if you PF it with a pre-made, can you loot master the Alliance raids?
In theory, yes.
And if we need to, do we have to?
Do we trust our alliance enough that we would require doing that?
We would have to designate people to do that, because I'm pretty sure if we just did it and let people do it on their own, it'd lead to problems.
Yeah. It would have to be either a leader or an officer.
Probably.
Or somebody who's like a designated rank specifically for those type of things.
It would have to. We'd probably just have to make it like, oh, you're this class and you want this gear, so
Yeah.
here you go. You can have it.
Yep, and that person would have to hash it out beforehand.
Loot Master, Loot Master is when some like 1 or 2 people in the party control all the loot drops and who it goes to.
With greed only, that's where there's only greed and pass, and essentially greed becomes a need roll, and if you don't need it, just pass.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Loot Master makes it so you can use, so you can just have one person decide, like, no one gets to roll, this person gets it. That's what that is. That's why people hate Loot Master so much, because people do bird farms with Loot Master on, and they just steal the bird and leave. Steal the bird, pup, or horse. So other than Readerana, we don't know anything about Readerana unless, other than the cutscenes this time are supposed to be like really good.
From the little bits we've been shown, the fights actually look very mechanically impressive as well.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so are we gonna do like right after patch run, or like are people more interested in that, or something else right away?
I'm definitely gonna be up right when the servers come up and try to run Readerana Lighthouse.
Okay, because usually, like I think last time we did like people who were like right after patch run, and then a run for like evening for when people come home from work.
Yeah, because we cancel all events for like a week or so after a patch drops because no one wants to do events. Everyone wants to go play the patch.
Yeah.
The only events we keep on, I think, is raid night because of the gear exchange.
Right.
Well, we might keep roulette night because that's fucking easy. Don't need to worry about a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It just comes naturally as it is.
Yeah, but I don't. It shouldn't be too bad, but I'm definitely gonna go in early and try to get a feel for the mechanics. If it's anything like Ravenaster, it's gonna be harder. Because the first raid's always the easiest.
Revenge of Hash Brown.
Hash Brown, just reskinned, and with double the towers.
And double the HP and double the damage.
Let's see. What else is there in here?
Oh, Ultimate Ballad?
Nah, we're not talking about that, dude. Like, 2 of us might see that.
Point taken.
We're not gonna talk about Ultimate. Here, I'll talk about it right now. Everyone go clear 08 Savage. And then we're all gonna go into Ultimate Ballad and die on the first phase and disband and never talk about it again. Yoshida said again, if you can't clear the first phase, please quit. You're not clearing.
On sub.
We got the Namazu Beast Tribe.
Which is going to be incredible.
Yeah. We must talk about all the crafting stuff.
I'm terrified. Just because the Namazu are... I don't know how it's gonna work functionally either.
Kobold Fish.0.
Because they said it's crafting and gathering.
Is it possible that each quest may contain, like, either bring us X amount of ore or craft us this item?
Yeah, they added like 15 new botany, mining, and other points over there in the Azim Steppes form.
Really?
That'd definitely probably be it then. It'll probably be an either or style of play.
Yep, it's either or.
Which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's technically a way to level both crafters and gatherers, as long as they're 60 plus.
Yep.
Okay, here it is. Right here. When undertaking Namazu daily quests, the objective will change depending on your current crafting or gathering class. All necessary materials will be provided to crafters for every quest.
So it's basically just Muggles and Ixal, but with gathering this time.
The required recipes can be found under the Special Recipes tab in your crafting log. There we go.
What?
Yeah, so that's
What?
the new mount looks
Granola
cool
bar.
too.
New mount's hilarious.
It's really noisy
Yeah.
though.
It is
I love
loud
it.
as hell.
Can you imagine like a ton of them
Oh my no.
in the same area? It's gonna happen.
Forget it. Eureka Pagos is going to be ruined.
We don't get Pagos until 4.36, so
Big as that bugger is, though, it should be able to carry like 4 people.
I think it does have multiple mounts abilities.
Oh god, if it's 4 people, that would be heavenly.
Oh yeah, it reminds me. They're expanding Lost Canals and Hidden Canals again.
They are. I must have missed that.
There's more rewards in there now.
Additions and adjustments and major rewards available for the Lost Canals of Uznair and Hidden Canals of Uznair.
We're getting all the stuff.
New fancy craftable house is up. It looks like an otter house.
I don't like the new house. It looks
know,
too
but-
green.
I hate it, but if it sells, I'll make it.
Within new Grand and Free Company dungeons available for your squadron.
Wormvale.
I don't run. I haven't run squadron missions since they came out, so I'm.
I don't even want to think about running Orenvale with NPCs standing in the yellow.
Somehow.
What if they're actually better than players, though?
You know, the worst part is they're probably better than about 80% of them.
Yeah.
Oh my god, new housing things. The Journeyman Salvagers or the Namazu Suppliers.
I don't want no Namazu suppliers. I want the Journeyman Salvager, though. The Journeyman Salvager is just a Calamity Salvager for your house, which is way long overdue. I don't know why we didn't have one sooner.
Here's the one that's going to make a lot of the housing enthusiasts happy. New furnishings from the Final Fantasy Furnishing Design Contest.
I don't. The only one I really care about is the armchair.
I agree. The armchair is awesome.
The armchair is what I really want, but the picnic thing and the...
The steaming box is kind of cute,
Oh,
though.
well, the kitchen counter is really cool, too.
I am not upset that they have a couple of leather bags that you can sit on the floor, though. Message book system could be both a benefit and a painful thing, because that could lead to a lot of trolling.
It doesn't matter, honestly, because you can delete messages and show messages, so it's your book.
Yep.
If someone puts something in there you don't like, just delete it.
For strength. Yeah,
But, ours is especially going to be a mess, because we have so many people.
Yeah, like I need to be.
I'm going to be afraid to read the guest book. It's just going to be a book that's constantly flaming.
Again, new aquarium fish. Nothing unsurprising there.
That's not more tanks.
Yeah, I just read that too. Number of aquariums that can be placed in an apartment or estate has been increased.
Yeah.
Mansions can now hold, holy shit, 10
It
of
says
them.
10, but it's 4 for now though, because there's a bug. They said that they found already.
There's a bug, so you can only have 4, but it's still a lot. I don't know if I would put more aquariums in the house, just because the large one we do have de-renders at every chance it gets, so I don't know why I would want more.
Yeah.
If I did, I'd have to make like a whole room full of them and wall it off, so you'd have to like remove the wall to see them all de-render.
That'd be awkward. City-state BGM and residential, kind of another meh.
No, that's great. That's the best thing in the world. I want to hear the Limsa theme. Like I don't care about the residential area BGM. It kind of sucks and I hate it. But
Dahlia bulbs are now available from vendor.
what are those?
They're used for making some furnishings as well as some like hairdos. Basically, it's just like a little corsage that it puts in your hair.
Oh, okay. I can't wear any headpieces, so I don't care.
New MGP things, more triple triad cards, unknown which. Bunch of changes to Chocobo racing, fashion reports being adjusted to make it easier. Verminion, this is a big one. Getting NPCs to play against for tournaments.
It doesn't... I don't know. I really like Verminion, but it's not... It seems like no one else does. So it's great that it's on the data center now and in a duty finder, but I don't know if it's going to help it all that much.
Adding in playable NPCs will be useful, that's for sure.
Yeah, but if it's like how they handled it with Triple Triad, the NPCs are going to be work like half of what the regular player would be, and then you got to work twice as hard, and it's annoying.
Still, it's a way to progress when you don't have other people playing it.
I guess, but...
Bards getting more performance actions. Whoop-de-doo, they're just going to make more noise.
That's actually really good, because they're fixing some of the crummy notes.
A bunch of new challenge logs involving Eureka.
I think a little bit Gold Saucer too.
Let's see. Yeah, Lord of Verminion ones. 1 and 3?
Yeah, I don't get that.
Did they kind of forget that too?
Maybe it's a typo.
Wondrous Tales. What is this one saying? Rewards available for exchange for Chloe's gold and silver have been changed. Wondrous Tales objectives now include all areas of Omega Deltascape.
Yeah, so like they were kind of obsolete before the rewards exchange for the gold and silver certificates.
They're adding,
So
they're adding daily challenges, and it's a daily challenge frontline and daily challenge raid, and it's basically raid roulette and a frontline roulette that's been changed so it specifies one game mode for the day.
New Unistyle hairs, that's one of them for both sexes.
I don't know if I like the new hairs. I don't know.
It looks like several new emotes.
There's only one, I think. It just says new emotes, plural.
Yeah, if you look down in the syntaxes, it shows several actually.
Oh, okay, here they are. Alright, that's good. Wait. Players can no longer change role actions while the system is checking member status prior to entering an instance. I'm gonna delete my role actions. All of them. No, really, I don't want...
I don't need Provoke anymore.
I don't want Protect. Get this thing out of here. Protect is useless. Delete this.
Many class changes. Shall we start on those?
Hold on. Let me check. Oh, we could... Do we want to do QOL stuff first, or do we want to do, the class change options?
Let's say QOL is a good idea.
Because it seems like battle would be something everyone's interested in, but it's probably something to save for later, to break the mold. QOL-wise, it's mostly stuff we should have had all along. You can now forcibly be entered into a boss room if you get left out. The pets are being changed so that they have their own marker and they don't look like a party member. And I don't have a heart attack for the millionth time when I think someone's not doing a mechanic. And it's just AOs in the distance.
Or a turret.
The mech turret that's like, hi.
The dead changes as well.
I don't think the
they're
POTD
smart,
changes are
but
that big. Just
now they're just
because-
changing the style of how you get it.
Yeah, because it's just it's a quicker way to get the Aether Pool weapons. and I don't. Who's getting Aether Pool weapons right now? No, really, other than for glamour.
What, lightsabers?
They're not even that cool.
The Eureka changes really are not that impactful at all.
It's mostly QOL stuff that we should have had again, but it's definitely for the better. And because we're not getting any new, we're gonna have to have another meeting for Eureka, like a month from now in June, because we don't have any information on Pagos other than it's an ice area.
Yep.
We don't know what oh, I do know that we're not getting armor upgrades for Eureka this time around.
Yep, heard about that.
Just weapons, which is fine. I mean, I'm literally going to challenge mode myself and see if I can do this patch without upgrading my Eureka stuff.
Lightweight.
I can do it. It's melded like god tier, so I should be alright. I just have to watch my defense. And I never eat mechanics, so I should be fine.
And yeah, loot rule for Alliance raids is now locked to greed only.
Greed only. They said they'd change it if they got enough of a backlash, but I know why they're doing it. They want people to run the Alliance raids. And
exactly.
so you have to farm that piece of gear that you really, really want, even if it's just for glamour. But yeah, because I've noticed, especially with the Crystal Tower stuff, it's really hard to find parties for it unless you get someone who's doing Alliance roulette. Hopefully we can actually find like glamour parties or something of people trying to farm the gear.
That one kinda always should have been there. A message will appear if you are applying to join a raid, which will cause you to forfeit one or more weekly raids.
The Savage change?
Yep.
Yeah, I think they did that because what was happening was people kept like forfeiting chests and loot, and then they'd go with their static and they'd be like, you know, where's your why did we only get one chest? And they'd be like, oh, I ran with someone else earlier to help them get clears. And then everyone gets upset because you didn't get all of your gear.
We're actually going to have a Judy Roulette expert of 3 again, finally.
Well, I'm pretty sure I know why that is. And that's because with this patch, if they threw Duty Roulette expert at us the way they usually do, we would only have Swallow's Compass. And it would always be Swallow's Compass. There'd be no changing it. Like, there'd be no point in having the expert roulette anymore, because we'd be stuck doing Swallow's Compass all the time. So why wouldn't you just queue in for Swallow's Compass?
A lot of these are pretty normal. Duty Roulette main scenario is getting a massive adjustment.
Yeah, it's changed from 200 poetics to 300 poetics, and like, it's like 100 creation.
100 creation, 50 mendacity.
50 mendacity, so it's actually worth running even if you're max level. I used to do MSQ roulette for poetics, which just made it easier. So it's just something, it's another one of those things we should have had, but we just didn't. They didn't know how to scale the rewards on that. Someone didn't have the foresight like 4 years ago to figure out that those cutscenes were too long for the instance.
Mm-hmm. Are we going to discuss PvP actions?
There's not really much change, is there, other than the casters? They're just getting...
yeah. The casters get changed a bit.
Like, I think Black Mage gets Nightwing, which is just sleep. Summoner gets Witherback back from the old 2.0 days of PvP, and then Monochrome has been changed, so it stays on a target now, and it increases damage dealt to the target and how much damage that person deals.
Yeah, other than that, it's pretty much just a little bit of balancing.
Yeah, there's nothing really that huge in PvP. Oh, We're finally getting, we're able to assign glamour plates to jobs and gear sets.
Thank you, God!
It took them long enough, but we can finally put, our glamour plates on specific gear sets and sync them up.
Instead of using a macro.
So, yeah, instead of macroing everything. It's good.
Alright, skipping the PvP section then.
This isn't really relevant for most people in here, but if
Oh,
you're a
yeah,
mentor,
secure,
the eye level's been increased from 225 to 235 for mentor roulette.
Or 335.
335. I'm sorry, I don't know how to
Think.
numbers.
Happens 4 days. Oh,
Yeah,
wait!
but if you're a mentor, you're pretty much above that anyway.
A few feast changes, nothing big there though for people not doing PvP hardcore.
Yeah, there's not much to PvP this time around.
Items. I'm not sure, but I think the new gear is coming in the dungeon.
Oh, yeah, it's all from the dungeon.
The nomad-looking skull-based gear.
Yeah, it's all from Swallow's Compass.
Sadly, they only showed us one new picture for a recipe, and that's that frilly dress for females. Though I believe actual multiple pieces.
Are there multiple pieces to that?
I haven't seen shoes like that before, and I haven't seen a hat like that before.
Yeah, that can't be one.
Oh, here's a relevant
It's
piece.
probably pants and shoes and.
Okay, let's get the really important one. Male characters can now wear the bunny bustier set.
That's not important.
Not important, my ass. That's the best part of this patch.
This is not Damo.
I will rock out that half shirt with my belly showing. Craftsman is getting a nice little change. They are now getting a craftsmanship recommended for the recipes. So people will have at least a rough guess if their gear is a little behind date. Let's see, quick synth rates increased. New items available at Rowena's. New miner and botanist gathering, already knew that. Locations of unspoiled and Azim Step have been adjusted. New fish have been added. Again, common sense.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward with the biggest changes I've seen to PvP are the secure map has been completely remastered and redone, so it's smaller. And Crystal Tower Training Grounds has been changed so that it's an actual like arena and not just a giant circle that you can meme in and want to die because you can't clear anything.
This is a useful little one right here, though. It'll come in handy quite a lot. A log message will now display upon commencing fishing or spearfishing at locations where quest-related creatures can be caught.
Oh.
Like, what it pops up is, an example is, mark for the quest, a rousing reunion detected.
Okay, so that's really useful.
We already know all about Kurenai. We've discussed her. New custom delivery, same thing, level 62 plus. But once you get her fame high enough, you can glamour her how you want.
I don't know why I would want to do that.
Yeah, but one thing a lot of people are missing with that, with the new custom deliveries, they're keeping it locked at 12 custom deliveries.
Yeah.
It just means if you have a 60 plus,
right,
you can now essentially skip the 50 plus ones.
Right.
Yeah. So you're no longer helping the orphanage.
Yeah, the poor kids. And the pudding.
Those kids don't need help.
I agree. I mean, look what they already have as their headmistress. She's scatterbrained enough. Those kids need different kind of help.
Have you even really seen the kids? I don't know if she really has them.
Yeah.
Well, she's constantly giving us food and saying, "This is for the starving children." Do you see the irony there?
Nope, not a bit.
Because we still gladly accept the food.
Exactly.
I mean, it's only a little old.
I mean,
Cross-world link shells.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
doesn't, I don't know. It's only really relevant for raiders and stuff. I don't really see the point of a cross-world link shell, other than if you're trying to like network with really good people to try to clear content. But
Or you have
just
friends who play on other servers.
out of that, but all my friends are on this server, so I don't know. I don't really see much of a point. Maybe that's
I
just
agree.
me though.
You can now craft and repair and dye and cast glamour and simulate materia and retrieve materia in any room.
That was actually pretty big, because we've never been allowed to use actions in rooms ever. Like from the 1.0 days, you've never been able to do anything in the in-room other than go to bed.
Let's see, other important ones. Glamour Dresser, massive amount of changes. Additional items can now be converted to glamours. Glamours in the dresser can now be restored to their original items. Signatures, spirit bound, materia, and most ethereal properties will not be restored. Items that are placed in the armor can now be converted to glamours. Individual glamours stored in the glamour dresser can now be directly applied to currently equipped gear. What is this one? Glamours in the dresser can now be searched for using a search for item. Obvious one. Items converted to glamours are now bound to you. I thought they already were, but whatever. Stored glamours can no longer be deleted, and gear with durability less than 100% can no longer be converted to glamours.
Why would you do that in the first place?
I don't know. Probably a contingency.
Well, since you could retrieve them, like you put something in 1% and retrieve it, but it's 100%. But really, you just get to pay for a glamour anyway, or make the glamour prism anyway, rather than making a repair kit or whatever. Return, not the material kind.
One after that is the changes to glamour prism
Whatever
or glamour
it's called.
plates, but they really did not explain much on glamour plates yet.
They're probably not gonna. They don't. From what I understand, the glamour system's really not top priority. It's really something. It's a problem with mostly with the NA community and not the JP or the EU, because
That's because we hoard everything.
we hoard everything. Yeah, and Yoshida's like, because I remember this. I remember when the glamour dresser was first announced. He's like, I don't understand why people don't use the Calamity Salvager. Most of the stuff that people use for glamours is buyable from them. And I mean, it got really real there for a second because it all clicked and made sense. I'm like, oh my god, we're dumb.
JP smart button.
Yeah, so I really don't feel like the glamour system is gonna improve at any rapid rate. It's probably not. It's a back burner project they've had for years now, I think.
I do like the fact that you can link them together while using one shared set to separate different gear sets, though.
Yeah, that's nice.
I mean, I do it at the moment using macros, and frankly, it is annoying as hell. Let's see, the other one. Glamour plates can now be linked to gear sets. Select the gear set and use the link glamour plate sub-command to choose a plate.
Yep. Now you don't have to macro everything. You just go into your menu, right-click a gear set, and decide what plate you want to link to the set.
Bing, bang, boom, done. Additional items can now be brought back by retainer ventures, just higher grade stuff. The important one here, this is a word to anyone who has a fishing retainer that is high end. Get a snailfish as soon as you can. Ventures or retainers will now be able to bring home snailfish.
Yeah, so the Doman Enclave has been added to the timer list too, because there's only a certain amount you can give per week, so you can't just dump all your things into it and get it done on the first week. And from what I understood, it's supposed to take longer than a Beast Tribe quest.
Not a bad thing.
Because it's like you're doing a more technical, economic thing instead of just trying to dump everything into something all at once like with the other stuff.
Icons are now added to all items though, so we know if they can be put in the armoire, or if it can be converted, or if it is already a crest. Like you said, things we should have had for a long time. Unending journey unneeded. Dome and Enclave reconstruction timer. Currently requested custom deliveries. Again, stuff we should have. Oh, now we can wink with our other eye. Woo!
That doesn't really impress me. Oh, the accessibility window. That's if you're colorblind. They finally added the colorblind mode. It only took them 4 years. I don't know anybody colorblind that plays though.
Hi.
Oh.
Mr. Happy's colorblind.
I said
well,
people, Lufkin. People.
Damn! Oh.
Mr. Happy has the personality of a rock. I don't.
And yes, Bim, snailfish. Well, all one word.
Yeah.
I mean, if you watch his old 11 videos and his early 2.0 videos, he was a different person. I don't forget.
You're like an elephant.
I mean, he's a cool guy, but...
Bim snailfish is made to make snailfish oil.
Which is used to make pretty much every Alamagon piece of gear for crafting and gathering.
These are just HUD changes and stuff.
Yeah, general tab chat logs.
Yeah, this is
Sysconfigs.
new
Keyboard
music has been added.
There's all the different things for the syntax commands.
Oh, this probably doesn't matter because I'm pretty sure no one on here has PS3 character data left over. But come Tuesday, they're getting rid of all the PS3 stuff. It's going bye-bye. Like it's like with PS3 support was already discontinued, but you could still transfer your data. But they're getting rid of it as of this patch.
I'm almost afraid to ask what that sound I just heard in the background when you talked was, because I'm going to say what it sounds like.
What do you mean?
Prawn.
What?
It sounded like prawn noises. ER0N.
Oh, no, there's nothing in the background here. It's just me. That must have been someone else.
We're getting a new...
My computer fan. There's no way that sounds like that.
I don't know. Looks like we're getting 4 new types of emotes, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yule Dance, Elucidate, Ponder, and Lift Wink.
Left wing, you know. I just realized left wing doesn't even matter on my character.
Sorry about that.
Left wing doesn't matter on my character because my hair covers that eye. So why would I care?
His reasons, damn it. I think that's most of it except for the specified class changes.
Oh, the icons on items.
Correct.
All items are getting a little, all clothing anyway, is getting a little help text inside the help text window, and it's gonna have icons displaying if it can be put in the armoire, put in the glamour dresser, or if you can put company crests on it. So now you can have help windows in your help windows.
And the armoire is actually getting expanded to be able to hold additional things, and we have no fucking clue what.
I'm pretty sure it's just the AF2 and AF3 gear, because you still can't put those things in there.
I'd like if they let us hold the augmented gears.
I think
the augmented dragon.
Yeah. I know some people would ask for some log station gear to be able to be put in there.
It's a little late for that because I already put them all in the glamour dresser, but I'll take them out and put them in there, I guess.
Yeah. Well, unless you want to keep it dyed. if you haven't
You
died.
could just dye it and put it in the armoire. Most Mog Station items aren't even dyeable anyway.
Correct.
Like the Nazma set that we just got in the wings set are like the rare exceptions to the rule that can actually be dyed.
Lightning and snow.
Those aren't outfits.
Those aren't outfits, they're
Those are
cosplay.
some cosplay stuff that someone picked up at a Walmart. And no one uses them anymore. Once in a while, I see someone with a bohemian coat, and that's it. I never see anybody dressed as Lightning anymore. Never.
I see a lot using the legs, but that's about it.
Oh yeah, the legs. The legs,
Actually,
the,
good.
the soldier legs, and the bohemian coat are probably the only things I still see from those sets used. Because the bohemian coat goes with everything. It's just a trench coat.
Pearl says you suck.
Your retainers dressed like Lightning? That's cheating.
How?
Because the retainers aren't people.
They are.
Damn!
Don't call my fisherman that. It sings songs.
What? The fisherman who brings you back like 50 chubs every day and you're like, thanks, I wasted all my ventures.
I just tried to give you a hint there.
It's sea pickles, okay? God.
I just love it
Okay,
when I get a couch.
You a hint then?
I just
Hey,
love it when they
hey,
do
I
quicker
brought you
exploration
this-
and I got a couch back.
I brought you this brew.
No, the best one is when they bring you back an extreme primal item and they're just like, well, I found this, but it isn't much. Do you want it?
It's like a Moogle whisker and you're like, wow, okay. It's not like I haven't been farming that for 2 weeks.
I think the correct term is, where did you get this?
You know what would be even cooler?
Ask.
If they started just bringing back extreme primal mounts, how pissed would everybody be?
I love it.
Here's
I
the
think you're hilarious.
Sephiroth bird. By the way, learning parties are crap.
I'm just gonna say this. My fisher has brought me back a crag heart before. That is an extreme titan item from a fisher.
Found it at the bottom of a lake. Titan went swimming.
I bet she sunk like a rock.
Is there anything else we need to discuss? Oh, Heaven on High, but that's not being added until,
I think that's 3.5.
yeah, 4.35. That's not till June.
The girl has the class changes.
Yeah, I think that's one of the last things we really have to go through, isn't it?
We did forget one important point though.
What?
The new doggo has purple marks. It is therefore better than all doggos.
We don't we don't know what that boss is still, and they won't tell us. It's not in the trailer.
So we know the doggo, but we don't know the boss.
Nope.
Exactly. Well, it could be the ultimate doggo, technically.
No, don't. They better not start putting dogs inside the ultimate fights, because I'm never getting whatever the collective thing is this time then. Until like 7.0 when I finally go back and unsync the ultimate and I'm like, hey guys, watch this, and just one-shot it.
One shot.
It's like, oh well, eat your heart out, ultimate coil Bahamut clear parties. Just one-shot you, god.
+1 on Wondrous Tales.
+1 on Wondrous Tale. A party member has yet to complete this duty.
Oh god. I have a idea of what it is, but that would be a Four Lords idea, and that doesn't line up with the current way they set the patch.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be something like way out there. The way they're making this out, it's like some major plot twist, and it's gonna end the story arc for this section of the world. Like they already said, the Orthard storyline like ends here. It's not going any further. We're gonna go back to Gearbanya and be like, LOL, what's Lise been fucking up to for the last like 6 months?
I mean, the toughest part of all of this is they're already taking from like 4 different mythological sectors so far. just in this expansion, so it's impossible to predict where they're going.
They're gonna go like. Still, Tero is an ASEAN. That's probably the big twist.
Watch her be fucking the leader, or the one that the ASEANs are worshipping.
It was a long con. 8 years.
But yeah, I mean, we've seen what? Snake Lady, we've seen Mr. Revel himself. That's just Japanese and Hindu right there.
I don't think they'll. I don't know. I don't think they use those as like a dead set for a patch, but I think they use them as inspiration. So I don't think we'll just get entire storylines dedicated to one mythological section, except for like Orthard, because it's Asia. Let's be honest here.
I agree completely. I'm just saying the fact that they're basically taking a whole bunch of different parts from different things, so we have no idea what the next primal they throw at us could be.
Oh, that's fair.
I mean, we have Ifrit. He's technically what, Middle Eastern?
He's part of my lore, my religion that I just made up.
No, he is part of something. I think it's the middle.
I don't know.
Garuda, I want to say, is Hindi.
You gotta you mean all of these monsters that we've been fighting since like
And Shiva is
6, that they're all not from, they're not all original creations?
no.
Of
Odin,
course not.
Odin
Figured
is
everything I know is a
Norse.
lie.
Norse. Yeah.
God, we've seen so many different mythos just munched together.
And some of them are mythos. Some of them were possibly based on historical leaders of the past.
Agreed.
The next primal will be Barack Obama.
Wow.
I don't think it would be Obama.
He's here to give you free healthcare.
Don't worry. Anytime he hits you, he'll just go, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't need to be healed."
Alright, you guys want to go
In
over...
the beginning, he just kills a fly in front of you, sit, and gets ready to fight you.
Triggered. Do you guys want to go over job changes then?
Yeah.
Next primal is Godbert. I'm afraid.
I'd like to see a Hildy trial, but I know most people hate it because they don't want to have to clear
They're not
it.
doing that anymore.
I know.
They said
Because
it's-
people got bent out of shape because of mentor roulette or
Yeah,
something.
there was 2 reasons. One, the trials were way out of the way, so you had to like do an entire side quest line just to access the trials. And 2, it was I think it was because the quest line wasn't well known and people didn't get it, and some people really don't like Hildebrand for some weird reason. Something about immersion.
Ayla, Reader's Digest version of that, it's going to be a 62 plus one.
Yeah, and we still only have 12 a week. So you would stop if you're, in Stormblood content, you would stop doing the one in Idleshire, and you would do the other 2.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Idleshire. I will never go to you again. Oh wait, I still have to pick up my Wondrous Tales. Damn it!
If you do Wondrous Tales. But they changed rewards, so maybe you would.
Let's go over battle changes.
Shall we start with the smaller ones and work our way up?
Let's just go down the list. Start with
Dark Knight.
I guess. I'll be right back. I'm being called for something.
Dark Arts. Damn, they did up that big time. Okay, this may present a bit of an issue with Dark Knights being an off tank, that's for sure. Standard potency with Dark Arts 240, potency combo 440 with Dark Arts. Which makes that standalone the single strongest hit you have. Grit, MP reduction cost, obvious one there. I don't know what to make a Dark Passenger. It's an unusual change. Does anyone have any better insight on it? Because I can't quite figure out what they're trying to say.
I have to go scroll back to it.
Potency increased from 100 to 140, obvious. Recast time increased from 30 to 60 seconds, again obvious. Dark Art's potency has been increased from 240 to 280, again flat increase of 140 like usual. Additional effect of increased enmity has been added. I don't know if that's part of the Dark Arts bonus or just a base bonus.
From everything I've read, they're saying it's part of the Dark Arts bonus. So it's basically in addition to your enmity generator.
Does that mean it's removing the blind, or is it keeping that as well?
It's keeping the blind as well. The blind's its base now.
Christ.
Yeah.
So that can be almost an on cooldown use now if you time it correctly.
Yeah.
Dark Mind, again, very common one. Dark Arts removed, it's just a flat 30% now.
Mm-hmm.
Big fucking one here. Shadow Wall recast from 180 to 120.
Yep. That's a huge...
Dark Side no longer goes bye-bye.
Yep.
Again, very useful little thing we should have had from the start.
The buff to plunge.
Yeah, Plunge is a massive potency, and when in Dark Arts, 340 potency, increased enmity, and you move quicker when doing it. Which means I'm saying you're probably going to see an augmented opener with that now.
Oh yeah.
Most likely it's going to be DA, DA Unmeant Plunge, then probably start into a standard enmity combo, DA Carve Spit, finish with the Power Slash.
Yep. Plunge on cooldown, Dark Arts every chance you get.
If it has the enmity modifier, wait, it doesn't have the enmity modifier without it. So now we have another off-weaving, which isn't a bad thing. We needed another off-weaving, frankly. Soul Survivor, that's the fucking big one right there.
Yep.
HP and MP gain when defeating a target with another victim has been increased from 20 to 30% restored. Now restores 20% of maximum HP and MP, and welcome back, if the another victim status expires before the target is defeated. So that's actually a counter buster right there. If I'm being honest, because they are not changing anything on Paladin this patch, I believe, you're going to see a lot of groups probably trying to go back to the standard Dark Knight Warrior combination.
I don't know. Just because of gotta remember, Paladin still has all the utility.
I think Paladin would be more useful in clears.
Paladin still has the. Paladin is still going to be used for prog because you can't hold a candle to stuff like Clemency and Hollow
Passage of
Ground.
Arms and even Intervention for that
matter.
Well,
also that, but Paladin's the only one that can cheese 6S.
You can cheese mechanics with stuff like Tempered Will and Cover.
Yeah.
You can cheese a few with Home Gang, but not many.
Well, yeah.
I think Dark Knight and Warrior would be more of a speed run combo.
Well, the thing is, if you're running a Dark, it's almost a necessity to run a Paladin on a lot of the Savage content right now. Because the cover on the knockbacks and all types of stuff like that. Because the Dark has no anti-knockback mechanics.
In that case, as much as I hate to say it, Dark Knight would probably have to be forced into MT as well. Which is near impossible to do because of lacking that knockback.
No, I do it all the time for our groups.
The problem I see with this change is that you have to spam Dark Arts more. So Dark Arts at this point should just be a passive that's put on your stuff. It needs to be spammed this much.
Either that, or this is just me having wishful thinking here, so feel free to say it's as such. I would like to see at least about half MP on Dark Arts if it's used this much.
All you have to do is get rid of Dark Side, replace it with Dark Arts, and give it all of Dark Side's effects, and you're done. And just make it drain MP like no tomorrow. That's it. You're done.
Or How about we just do the one thing that I think they should do? Just remove Siphon Strike from Dark Arts. Let us double dip again.
Not.
That might be a little. I don't know. It seems like it'd be.
Why not? Why not just make Blood Price a passive?
Okay,
That
I
could
can
work,
agree
I
with that.
guess.
I mean, that way you take damage, you're getting your mana back. I mean, that also increases your enmity generation abilities too.
Fair enough. Oh, I'd like to just say they gave Monk utility. I'm unsubbing. I don't know. I really don't understand that because they said they're never gonna give Monk utility way back in like 3.0 because it's part of their job identity. And then like we got Brotherhood in 4.0 and I was like, yeah, it's okay. It's basically a Dragoon tether. And now you have Meditative Brotherhood that you can apply to everybody. And I'm like, what is this? What did you do?
Is someone able to switch to Monk real quick? I just want to see the cooldown available on Purification.
Samurai also lacks utility, right?
Samurai still has no utility, even with
Yeah,
the patch
but-
notes.
Yeah, they're getting buffed.
Okay,
in
I take
potency
that back.
though.
They did buff Third Eye and doubled how much it mitigates, but that's like nothing.
Okay, Purification is going to be a really weird one. It's a 120-second cooldown with an enmity reducer. That seems kind of stupid compared to, Dragoon having a 30-freaking-second 50% enmity drop.
But it doesn't matter. Because I think it's because Dragoon has a lot of burst and they can generate aggro super quick, and Monk can't do that. You'd need to bust everything out all at once to try to generate aggro like a Dragoon on Monk.
The other one,
really would.
Brotherhood. Now grants the effect of Brotherhood and Meditative Brotherhood to all nearby party members. Players can now receive multiple stacks of Meditative Brotherhood. I mean, who in their right mind would bring 2 monks in a single run anyways, but point aside.
Well, I mean, they are the only blood melee DPS. I mean, stacking monks would be better than going another slashing or.
Do double samurai. You'll never clear.
Oh God!
Oh dear God. No, here, let's just make it better. Let's bring double samurai, double ninja.
Oh God!
No casters, no ranged. We're good to go.
Samurai looks like it's getting pretty much just potency buffs of around 20 all around.
They gave them the ability to destroy planets with their DPS already, and they just buffed it more. Okay, whatever.
Third Eye damage
'Cause it
reduction
really-
increased from 5% to 10%.
Yeah, so Third Eye is not total crap anymore.
And Merciful Eyes, which you get off of Third Eye, obviously, is additional effect reduces enemy by 20%. That's a nice one, since, let's be honest, no one uses Saigon anyways.
They're really trying to sell this pure DPS thing.
Oh, yes.
Well, they want it to be that because that's what Samurai is. They focus a lot on job identity.
Rogue Ninja now will not lose hide when using Sprint, which is kind of dumb.
Well, I mean, if it keeps Sprint's normal speed, then it's actually really good.
Thermal Turd has a few changes to ethereal manipulation in between the lines. You just move quicker.
That's actually really good because the animation lock on that skill gets people killed sometimes.
Scholar. Several changes, good ones, I might add.
Well, there was one thing Yoshi P said in the last live letter too. They're in coming patches, they're going to reduce the ability for you to stutter step during casting. So he wants the black mages to be ready for that and all other casters, including healers.
No,
That's why.
I can't glide.
So they'll
Yeah.
have to go a lot more. They'll
Yeah.
have to go a lot more turret style.
Yep.
I want to be able to glide around. What is this? Delete this.
Let's see, Scholar.
I need to BRB. I need to change all my melds to spell speed.
Fey Union. Fey Union can now be interrupted by order fairies to use another action. Dissolve Union recast has been reduced from 5 seconds to 1 second. I don't even know what Fey Union is. I'm being completely fucking honest there.
It's when the fairy
Fey Union,
tethers
you
to
can, you can assign a fairy to somebody, and it'll be like a big
Tether line.
regen on them, I think. And
Yeah.
then if you want to use a different fairy action, it used to be like you had to wait for the Fey Union to go away before you started using another one, and this one would essentially allow you to take the heal off, but then you could start a different fairy action, like the buff or a party-wide regen. That would be pretty useful, actually.
Aether Pact. Recast time reduced from 5 to 3 seconds.
The TLDR for Scholar is basically we made the fairy better. We buffed the fairy.
She's not smarter, but she's better.
Yeah, she's way better. Like, they buffed Whispering Dawn, so that's fine.
Yeah, Whispering Dawn is the big change. Action category has been changed from spell to ability, which means silence no longer stops her from using it. Cast time has been made instant. Healing potency increased from 100 to 120 a tick.
Aeos is OP healer again.
Big ones, though. Astro got the fucking big ones.
Astro got changed the most.
Malefic 1, 2, 3, cast time reduced from 2.5 to 1.5 seconds. Light speed, MP cost reduction changed from 25 to 50%. Reduction to attack magic potency has been removed.
Wow.
Recast time has been reduced from 150 to 120 seconds.
It's time to use light speed and then spam gravity, guys!
Guys, I can't heal. I don't have MP.
I don't need MP. You just need to use gravity more. Yeah, but they buffed the shit out of light speed. They really want you to use it for some reason.
That actually will do well, because just starting out Astrologian on a different character, you can't heal and DPS at the same time, and also even then some of your heals run rather slow, so getting to use light speed would be a big help.
The final one on that is Aspected Helios. It is no longer a 3-second cast time. It is now 2.5.
I never understood that, honestly, because it never made sense to me how most of the other healer heals were 2.5 seconds, and Astro is the weird stepchild and has a 3-second healing ability. It's like, what is this?
Then there's the one other one, which we all know who have played Scholar, as the Disobedient Eos. Arcanist Summoner and Scholar pet actions with cast times can now be cancelled when ordered to use a different pet action.
Dude, all you gotta do is put Aeos on sick and then AFK. It works. No, it works every time. That's all you do. Just expect Aeos to always target the person who's lowest.
I'm gonna throw a guess out here and say Swallow's Compass is probably going to be 335 gear, since the average item level requirement is 330.
Maybe. I don't think. I don't know.
Oh, we did get a new trial though. It's this really difficult one called question mark, question mark, question mark.
Yeah, they still haven't shown that. We already kind of talked about it, so we don't know what's gonna be.
Didn't you know question mark is dangerous?
I don't know. It's tied to main story from what they said, but they're not revealing what it is because it's like too big of a spoiler.
Mm-hmm.
It's too spoilery, you know.
They could reach back for some of like the old Espers and stuff, like Atomos, Mega Sisters, some other ones.
Haven't we already seen Atomos in the 24-mans?
Yeah, it's in the Crystal Tower series.
Maybe just a thought. Maybe they're bringing back someone we know and love who kind of swallowed a Queen of Entropy.
No, they wouldn't do that.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Do you really think Essie is that creative?
It better be. I'm paying money for this game, SC.
Maybe they're bringing back Odin 3.0.
I'm gonna be pissed if they do that. That story arc never ended. It ended on the stupidest note ever. Someone stole Odin's sword. You can't get it now. And that's it. That's literally how it ends, and we haven't heard of it since. It's been, what?
Maybe related to Garlean? Well, no, Garleans don't use primals, but I'm just sort of thinking like Doom Train or one of the other mechanized ones.
Garlemon hates S-Spears. I mean, not S-Spears, fucking primals with a passion. They'll never use them. On the bright side, we're probably more likely to move away from fighting primals here soon if we're going to Ilsabard. I've got no problem with that. I'm tired of fighting magical beings that keep trying to come out and kill everyone.
For those who are after glamours, though, I can tell you just from view that the Lighthouse glamours are all going to be very, very heavily influenced by Final Fantasy XII.
No, dude, the melee, I think it's the melee and the tank sets are direct rips from 12, but everything else is a rip from FF Tactics.
That's not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong on that.
Like, I don't remember what sets they are, but a lot of them are just rips from FF Tactics.
Go with that.
It's decent gear. It's probably gonna be kind of memey like all raid gear is, but it should be fine.
I think that really covers most of it, though.
Yeah, that covers almost everything, other than Read Around a Lighthouse is supposed to be like more intense than Ravenaster was.
Day one run frustration incoming?
I don't know. They said they allocated more resources, so I don't know what that means. Other than the cutscenes are definitely gonna be better, so it's not gonna be as boring.
Pretty much what Marcus just said. People are going to go in blind, and most likely it's going to be the same exact people who can't really understand that you have to adjust to situations.
It's gonna be me. I'm gonna be screaming in there. I'll be like, ah, help, I suck. But we'll see Tuesday morning. I'll probably scream about it. I'll probably stream it, honestly.
Yeah, I'm probably going to view it that evening.
All I really have to say is, look at the fact that we are this far into this. Ravenaster has been out a long, and people still cannot freaking understand Hashmall.
No, dude, that's like a normal thing. Like we had people back in the 2.0 days that couldn't understand how to do the Cypress Tower mechanics because they're like, I don't know how to do this, and we all just sat there like, come on, it's been out forever.
Even seeing it one or two times at most, people should be able to understand it.
I mean, I don't know. This game has an abysmally low skill floor, and it's kind of dumb, but people should be able to pick up mechanics over time. Like, I don't know. I ran Lakshmi normal earlier, and I was able to adjust some of the mechanics from the EX version just fine after like seeing them once or twice.
Yeah, may have made that same mistake before too. Let's get on a different topic.
Stop dying. I don't know, what else is there to talk about? Have we covered everything?
Okay, there is one thing we have to teach our healers, though. We have to teach them the beautiful art
what
of
night
rescuing
is
off edges.
what night is? What night is raid night?
For us, it's Wednesday.
Okay.
I think we all forgot the other important question as well. Supa,
What?
are we there yet?
I'll kill myself. No, I'm kidding. Yes, we're basically here.
In that case, since you sound like it, I'm just gonna give you some salty earth.
No, I'm just in bed. I lied down because I falling asleep.
You literally got so tired, you're just like, fuck it, I'm laying down for the meeting.
Yeah, I can talk. I've been coherent this whole time, haven't I? I haven't sounded like I'm in bed.
Rico, I'm not that salty.
I have most of the stuff already read over. It's why I was able to carry the combo so well. But yeah, we're only 2 days away. 1 day technically, because tomorrow's the last day, and then the game's gonna be down all day on Monday.
God, what are we gonna do on Monday?
I just picked up a job on Monday. I don't know what you guys are doing.
People's like, I have a
Talking about
job
being
for
an
1 day exactly, and then he's gonna quit.
Phone games, Devil Survivor, Bravely Default, who knows other stuff.
Yeah, I took Tuesday off, so I can do patch.
I mean, I guess Monday I can run my top tier Nightfalls in Destiny 2.
I'm a strategy gamer. I'd probably play a strategy game.
Did someone say Stellaris?
I'll go play Fire Emblem.
Super's gonna play My Little Pony.
No. What an awful game.
I don't even know it has a game. I'm just assuming it does.
Your cat's talking again.
The cat's speaking in tongues.
As someone who works around animals, I heard that in the background. I'm like, what in the hell are you doing to that thing?
Well, that sound is
cat
kind of like the
dying.
"Where the hell are you?" kind of noise.
It was just great because it came out of nowhere. Just meow, meow, meow.
The cat's possessed. It ain't right. Yeah, but raid night's on Wednesdays, so you guys can totally come. We're definitely gonna need people, and I'd rather run with people from FC or Alliance than Pugs, because Pugs... I hate Pugs.
Tuesday, I will probably just try and catch up on the new stuff. Just, you know, have it all unlocked and all that good stuff. Wednesday, I could easily go for the 24-man.
I'm probably gonna do it Tuesday and probably get on Wednesday. Tuesday to learn, Wednesday to help.
Probably.
Tuesday to pray to God people actually clear it. Does anyone else remember when Cloud of Darkness first came out? Good old World of finishing with 30 seconds remaining.
Yeesh.
I don't remember. I don't remember Cloud of Darkness, but I never finished it. I was bad at that game.
Oh, I'm talking World of Darkness here.
Oh,
30.
People still fail.
people
Yeah.
still bail out of that duty, so it's not like...
You mean people can't understand that wonderful, what's it called, faint laser?
You stand in front of the stuff.
Yeah, they're just bad. It's just really bad. It's a giant head. You stand in front of it.
They take it to the face, they do.
And don't forget about the triple nipple cannon. Pearl brings up very bad memories of T9. Can't pass the stupid tether for the dragon.
Alright, I think... Are we good to go then? Did we get everything?
I would say yes, we covered everything that was relevant to the patch.
Alright, do we have anything else we need to talk about? Or... no, I can't think of anything.
Neither can I. I think that covers all the topics, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
actually, I should probably bring this up. I haven't told anyone, but I've gotten a couple messages from FC members that a certain someone is going around telling my FC members that I'm a sack of shit. Just a heads up.
Not literally Hitler this time.
Oh no, it's not him. It's
Ah.
a person who used to go by the name Den Prime. He's doing that.
Oh,
He's
it's
going
Prime.
around telling random members of mine that I'm a
idiot.
sack of shit, and I'm like, okay, dude, whatever. Get on with your
God,
life
Supa,
already.
if you weren't such a sack of shit, you wouldn't have to have people
Yeah, I
tell
know,
you you're a
I'm
sack
such
of
terrible
shit.
person, dude. I don't know.
I mean, God, you're like a sack of Hitler shit.
I mean, it's an upgrade from Hitler.
I don't know.
You're getting better.
Seems like it's so dumb to do that.
An upgrade from Hitler is a sack of shit.
No, wow. I don't understand the logic behind that. Because you're just gonna go up and tell a random FC member, "Hey, your FC letter is a sack of shit," and then like run off.
Yeah.
Like, what,
Well, he hasn't said anything about me or to me, so I don't know.
So yeah, he actually welcomed me back to his link shell a few days back.
Good, I guess. Keep him.
I
away.
just told him no thanks and walked away real fucking quick.
Yeah, just keep him away from me, dude. I don't want anything more to do with that guy.
I can't blame you at all.
He's
Bim said, wait, is he back in control of Firestar? Firestar is even really a thing anymore.
no. It's like Firestarter's rebooted ×2, and it's not the same like it used to be, from what I understand.
Well, it's because the rational people aren't in it.
Yeah, there's no
you.
more rational people inside that.
I mean,
show.
or the ones that are quiet are in there, but they don't say anything.
Yeah, so I don't know. So if PSA that if any of you get messages like that, please tell me, because I can report that for FC harassment, and I'm pretty sure it falls under that category.
Yeah.
It will, and considering his past, he may look at yet another permanent.
Please report that, because that's we don't engage in drama, so don't tolerate it. Just report it and move on.
Yep. Screenshot it or something.
Just screenshot it. Call the GM.
For your body, you probably print screen or something like that.
Yeah, but that's that, and that's out of the way now. I thought I should say that because, I don't know, it seems really weird to me. Who's that bored? No, really! Who's bored enough to go around on an online MMORPG and harass someone else for the sake of doing it? Alright.
So you report stuff via the support desk option?
Yeah, just go to the support desk option and then click contact us, and then you click report harassment, and then you just type your ticket out.
Yep. Yep. No one. Anyone here? Anyone harasses you? You gotta.
If anyone harasses you for like
screenshot it,
just screenshot it and then call a GM.
Yep.
Wait for it. Wait for it. All right, you guys will appreciate this.
The GMs really don't take harassment very nice.
You should check your private messages, Supa. You just got sent to hell.
Just don't retaliate.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, don't ever retaliate if someone's harassing you, because then the GMs get really upset that you were retaliated.
Yep. Or they'll report you. They'll report you themselves.
Bullying in elementary school, the teacher only notices when you attempt to get back at them.
Yep. Or in NFL, when like somebody, spits on someone or hits them, and then the other guy hits them back, and the official always sees the second guy do it, and that guy gets a penalty. It's the same thing. It's always the second person in.
All right.
Yeah, it's like the second guy that buys coffee is always the one that's blamed for the coffee being bad.
Okay, that was that. Are we? We all set?
Yeah.
We're gonna go to like map night or something here in a second because we posted it.
Yeah, just a minor detail. They're merging our server with Belmont.
No.
Okay, see you guys later. I'm going to another MMO.
I'm transferring. I'm gonna go transfer back to Mateus and be like, "Hey guys, it's been like 6 years. I'm back."
Yeah, I brought some friends with me who don't want to be on Belmont.
Mass transfer off the server.
Who wants to go join me on Guild Wars 2?
No. I played that game for like a year. It was good, but
Are we actually being joined with Balmog?
No, that's just, no. He's trying to meme in the meeting, trying to scare people. Don't take that seriously.
That works.
Oh god.
Yeah, see, I know. Especially you don't like Balmung, so I understand if that scared you.
You know what would be one of the best things they could possibly do is to move either Balmung or Gilgamesh off our data center.
Dude, just take Balmung and Gilgamesh off our data center and put them in their own data center. Done.
I'm halfway tempted to make a character on Balmung just to wander into the quicksand and.
It's as bad as you think it
I
is.
don't think you can.
It's as bad as you hear.
Isn't Balmung locked again? I mean,
Even if it's not locked, it's usually locked.
Okay, here's what you do to really make sure you get attention. Make a Femro in the sluttiest outfit possible. I guarantee you'll have 5 to 10 tells within a minute.
I was on
From
Balmung
other
for
Femros.
like 3 weeks and I couldn't handle it. I was like, I need to leave.
I got up to about level 60 on Balmog.
I
Don't
was
know
back
why
on.
I stayed.
I was back on there during the 2.0 days, and back then it was bad. So I don't know how it is now.
It's bad. I have a character on Balmung.
Lufkin, don't you go on Balmung and scream about how do you use the market board and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a level 1 character, and I just sit in Limsa asking really stupid questions, and people get mad at me. Like, how do I click on my retainer? And then people yell at me for like 10 minutes.
Question.
Yeah.
How I shot web.
How I shot web?
Rip.
I don't get that reference.
It's an old meme of a picture of a Spider-Man shrugging, and somebody puts in like, "How do I shot web?" It's after like this Spider-Man game. I forget what platform it was on, but people couldn't figure out how to web sling, so they kept like leaping off buildings and then falling to their death. And people would go onto forums and say, "Well, guys, how do I web sling?" And a lot of people said, "Did you not look at the instructions?"
No.
Well, that's basically all I do on Balmung, and people are very rude about you not knowing how to do basic stuff.
Balmung is place.
Balmung is more toxic than Eureka.
Dude, I don't want to I don't want to be mean about it, but it seems like a lot of the people who ERP and do all that stuff don't have very good attitudes, so I don't know. Just as people.
Are you kidding? I am an ERPer. I am an eccentric role player.
God, see, that's what I'm talking about. You take it too far, and then it's like, who am I talking to right now? Is this a real person?
Hey, I identify as a solar-powered toaster.
Well, I identify as a real person in the real world. Get the fuck out of here.
A real person in the real world. Oh my.
Oh, toast is done.
I identify as the guy behind the keyboard.
So you are human?
I'm regular person. Brave
See,
little
Marcus
toaster
gets
goes
it.
to Mars.
The brave little
See, I had a question.
See,
about
Marcus.
Balmung.
See, Marcus, for that reference, that you get okay hand. Here.
Like,
I need a sarcastic clap. Where's Marcus?
if you openly bot on Balmung, but you tell people beforehand you're just role playing a bot, will they report you?
Yes. I have no.
That's actually a logical question.
Because you're role playing and you can't mess with role playing, right?
I
On
don't know what
Balmung.
Marcus's name is on Discord, so I'm just gonna type the emote in FC chat. There you go. You get okay hand.
How ironic. Marcus is under the table in front of Supa. Yum
Whoa.
yum.
Okay, and we're
He's
talking about
off to the
Balmung.
side.
I mean, we don't need to demonstrate it. I think we get it.
What's up?
Alright, you guys want to close it out here then? We've been at this for almost an hour and a half.
Yeah, we covered everything about. All we can really do is next one before 4.35.
Oh, Mark is listening through your PC?
Yeah.
Okay, here, I'll fix it.
Oh God. What's he going to do?
Hold on.
You know, I'm just gonna say this is even worse for the moment Did anyone else notice Marcus's title while he's under the table in front of Supa?
I had titles off.
Here you go,
Deep Canal Dweller.
Here you go, Pro. That's for Marcus. He gets okay hand. Alright. I guess the meeting's dismissed. We gotta go do map night for a little while.
Map night. Alright. Yeah, we gotta craft stuff.
Okay.
Stuff.
Alright, I gotta